Welcome to Black and White Recovery. Your hosts have been associated with recovery programs for over 50 years. This show is not associated or related to any 12-step program. The advice is strictly to be taken as advice, or it may be used for drinking games. Always consult with your sponsor, attorney, doctor, or anyone with more common sense other than Lee.
Hi everyone, welcome to Black and White Recovery. My name is Lee. I'm joined by Ian. Don't call me Ian. Do they have? Do you in Arizona? Ian, of course, is in Arizona. Together, we have something. Did we do the math on this? 40, 50, or something insanely large number?
Something that, yeah.
Is that the number? All right. So the goal of this show is to create Ian as a guru because he just needs a nickname and wants to be a guru. I'm pushing for Jesus of Suburbia.
So my fan club has not been created
but
for the 10 iconically
I like the concept of doing a show where I can basically complain about AA. And you're kind of pro AA. Like, you live the lifestyle, right? You're still in it. You still go to meetings. You're still doing the donuts. You're living the lifestyle.
I'm pro whatever works.
Wow. In your group, is anybody?
Does that include practicing the 13th step?
Me?
Well, yeah, you don't count. You're.
Oh my gosh! See, when you're being recorded, you've totally gone away from we're at Starbucks already.
Okay. All right.
I'm calling you out. I know for a fact I'm calling you out.
That's unbelievable. They must be transplants.
Really twisted. Because of dating a newcomer. Now, I know some people
For
say,
those of you listening to the show is based on the 12 steps. Ian and I both have collectively close to 50 or 60 years or whatever crazy math formula. He goes to meetings. I don't go to
have
meetings.
You not, in your time
the steps
as a sponsor, encountered an individual
shy away from conformity,
who was
and there you have
already dating a girl or planning to date a girl anyway within his first 90 days?
Buckle up, Buttercup. We're up to step 3 if you're following along. And if you're staying sober with this program, congratulations.
Wow.
You hit the 4-week
And did you
marker.
utter the...
Unbelievable. You think that we actually have a 30-day baby amongst us?
Oh, she's...
I guess as a condition of marriage,
I believe he relapsed.
Was him getting sober. And I, too, myself, I was engaged
well, you're
6
far
months,
more
too. I thought I was going to prison.
Today is step.
I just want someone to visit me on Sundays.
Okay.
They might be. You could start.
Have you uttered the now famous line that all sponsors have said to sponsees? Hey, go ahead, chase her instead of chasing alcohol. It'll give you something to obsess over.
Why do they underline the as we understood them?
Or roughly to that effect.
Like that, but I've never told anybody. It's not a religious. Immediately
without going into a massive replay
if somebody would have told me that when I was new, I would have walked out the door.
And are
somebody told me
completely
to put down my leathers and get a haircut.
We agree.
Well, that's the point of today's show. Today's show, I was going to do step 1. Trust me, I got step 1 up on the screen. I was going to do it 12 and 12 and actually try to appreciate the program that you love that I don't. And for those wondering, he would be the white side of the black and white, and I am definitely the black side of the.
To all appearances,
I hate
still closed and locked.
all of
all
the.
We need is the key.
To me, the program
to swing the door open.
For the most part, is a great idea. However, it's still made up of individuals who feel that the only real requirement is for them not to drink or use. Their lifestyles are, how do I put it, a wee tad shamblish.
The grand awakening where you unlock the door.
I see that.
It's not like that at all. And
the hypocrites. I try and lead by example.
When's the last time you did a step 3?
Any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I eat when I'm not hungry.
Did they have a massive warm and fuzzy moment?
I shop when I don't need anything, and if I'm not shopping,
have you ever
gambling,
seen
or eating,
warm, massive,
I'm usually obsessing about sex.
A door
Whatever
swinging open
drove me to alcohol and
that
drugs
is called willingness, and once it's unlocked.
Correct.
The door itself.
And as I recently just quit vaping, which got me off of cigars, which got me off of smoking.
I feel like it should be read by,
the progressive illness. Now it's like one progression after the other. And I have come to the conclusion that there should be a step 0. I want to make an amendment to the 12 steps.
Okay.
Why not? That's pretty black and white, isn't it?
Step 0, Bert.
Step 0. Well, hey, look, the DC Universe, when they redid their comic books, they started with 0. It is a number.
Yeah.
So why is there not a step 0?
Now, is that Lenny Kravitz? Well, because I think the step 0 is you're just standing still exactly where you've been.
Or is it?
Well, it is. And trust me, it'll be a 0 step when you see it. I think the 13th step should be step 0.
Wikipedia on the topic, but I don't think...
And I'm going to make my argument.
I'm saying this over my shoulder.
All right.
I did, you did, pretty much everyone you and I both know did. We all obsessed over women in our first 90 days.
Oh my gosh. You're off track. You're so ADD.
Have you met somebody who is saintier than thou that did not chase the almighty Gine in their first 90 days?
We saw that we were powerless over alcohol. But we also
if you married guys stay
of
trying
some
to stay
kind.
married.
If only in AA itself is possible to anyone.
Again, the minority versus the majority.
Did not require...
Okay, so by majority,
they required
you're either chasing your sex or the same sex or whatever sex turns you on. Let your freak flag fly. That's the one thing I agree with AA. Let your freak flag fly right out of the gate. I say it should be step 0.
We're looking at
and that is came to believe that sex was greater than
I'm sure
drugs and alcohol.
Will get us into trouble by debate.
And I think it should be addressed before you should even try the 12 steps. It's the 12 and 12.
Okay.
And I kind of knew that it was, but I don't want to be
love
wrong.
The episode title. Right. I didn't want to give you any time to think about
it. Quoting from either the 12 and 12 or the Big Book, and you do it incorrectly. Apparently, that is the equivalent of taking the Bible out of context.
I mean, like I say, and like you said earlier, I'd rather have someone obsessing about sex rather than obsessing about coke or heroin.
Are you one of those guys that has a 12 and 12 and or Big Book
but
that is
isn't
highlighted?
And ultimately, what does step 0 become? Don't we just ultimately obsess about anything, period?
Really?
Yes.
Isn't that ultimately the secret of recovery? It is an obsession. And I don't want to say the whole 12 and 12 obsession in the mind disease of the... I hate that. First of all, anytime if I catch you saying during the course of the recording of these shows, I will personally drive to Arizona and kill one of your sponsees if I hear an AA slogan-y term dropped on me. I'm just saying it. Just saying it. I'm that close to the edge on the topic. Just saying it.
At the word God,
I will go to a meeting and I will kill a newcomer. I'm saying it publicly on the air. They will be able to find me and arrest me. I'm saying it.
Nice.
Yeah. That just ensures that you drop them.
My major sticking points for going to meetings.
So in this step 0,
understand the final sentence as we
which would be, we obsess.
I once almost got into a fight with a guy
this would be the true amendment to the 12 steps.
And because I
we obsess, and the number one obsession
me after the meeting
by all is the quest for sex.
Yeah.
Unless there's a better one I'm unaware of.
Stay away from. Anybody that the quest for sex?
Yes. In your first 90 days, what is the greatest obsession you have outside of thinking you need to drink or use again? And that's just, I don't want to get into the semantics, but you and I both know it's just training your brain to not do it again.
Why you would talk about that at a meeting? Right.
I don't know. I have never understood.
Jesus does
say.
I mean, you have to remember the first meeting that I started
you feel that you need to go over and talk to that
person.
We
called it adults only.
I don't get like that.
And it was for either you had to be a drug dealer, pimp, stripper, escort, porn star, or musician.
He knew the founder
of
CA.
And, after the speaker meeting, we'd have a wet t-shirt contest and a dance afterwards. And after about 6 weeks, somebody from New York came in and said, no wet t-shirt contest.
Anybody that starts off.
Really? Is that for real? Someone from corporate actually said no?
Yeah, I was shocked. I was, and it was a shame too because we were doing it to raise money to save a meeting hall.
It doesn't make anybody more sober than anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, we were able to save the meeting hall through other means, but it would have been a lot easier.
And then some guy actually asked me,
just keeping that meeting going. It was the biggest speaker meeting in the valley.
I don't want to say, I don't want to be a hypocrite within this and start receiving emails. And by the way, it's the word black, the word white, the word recovery at Gmail.
Doesn't
knock yourself out.
Make sense to me.
Go ahead and send Ian thoughtful messages. I will forward them to him and we will read them on the air. Black, white. You can call me an asshole. I know I am. I've scared out newcomers. It's nothing new. I can't go to meetings anymore because I can't stand sniveling, whiny, what's the word? Not women, because women can do that in my book. Mitches, right? Man bitches, right? Mitches. Cannot stand snivelly, whiny Mitches.
I think it is about nothing.
guys who are, you don't know my, you know what, get a job, even at Walmart.
Yeah.
Stop chasing after the almighty Jine and get over the fact that you're not going to be able to drink or use for the rest of your life and just start to accept it. That's my opinion. And for most of you listening who are new, this isn't the glowy, happy part of the show. Because I do have 23 years, but here I'm going to tell you the truth. If you're listening to this show, statistically, you're probably going to relapse.
I can have that.
Hate to be the guy to tell you that
about relapsing.
Yeah, 19 out of 20 of us do.
I have never done it.
It's a great
and that makes me a bigger asshole on the topic. Now I am a pious,
with that crazy statement as
teetotaling asshole.
My comment is,
in fact,
how honest are you?
I will openly admit that I will obsess on anything, but I believe in three things.
Do you have
honesty above all honesty?
If you're listening to this,
don't drink,
everybody listening,
don't use.
And the 90 frustrated guys who are about to get really angry.
The rest of it is cake.
Do you just have a job? I mean, let's go low. Do you contribute?
Okay. Right. But when have you, let's get back to our topic of step 0. When have you ever heard somebody be really odd? Like, admittedly, there's always one guy who's too honest that makes everybody uncomfortable at a meeting. But outside of that one guy, let's say you got 20 shares in a meeting, right? On average, you got to tolerate and sit through. And you and I are both old school. For those of you wondering what that means you have to listen to everybody talk and share about things that are not related to recovery, that are basically sniveling whiny. My life sucks. It's over. I don't have the money to pay my ex-wife. I can't see my kid. They're turning off my power. Bullshit drama.
Yeah,
and then be the guy after all 19 of those people share all their basic crap. You have to come in and go, okay, let's talk recovery and why it's wonderful, and let me tell you how it worked for me. Right? That's the rules you were taught, correct?
So hard. Whatever. Correct.
All right. I hate that rule.
Unless you're in a hospital,
I would like to be able to do. Okay. I would like to do Mystery Science Theater 3000. I want to comment while they're actually doing their talk.
Rehab is a vacation.
See, here in Phoenix, they have feedback meetings.
It's a glorious.
I like that. I like
drug-induced, non-paranoia-based vacation with walkers and food and therapy.
We just call them bullshit.
And my place had a swimming pool.
And that's my point. How, like, the one guy out of 20,
I can't say enough
who was like number 3 or 4 in the rotation, does some gut-wrenching, painful, I'm obsessed over fill in the blank, and it's usually a woman or a guy, it doesn't matter. Guys obsess over women, and women obsess over guys, which to me is crazy. And then it's buried by 15 other people who can't pay their power bills or see their kids.
The 31st
because they're deadbeats,
at 5
right?
p.m. When I am removed,
I'm a firm believer
I gotta go back to work.
That
vacation was great.
The 2 biggest things that get us on the path to picking up are romances and finances.
I completely agree.
Go work at McDonald's. Go
so
work at the
how
library.
How long were you in recovery before you fell into your first relationship?
Balloons at the hospital for kids.
Well, I was in one
12-step club.
So
go sweep the floors.
I had a
and I see this happen in my little
down in Florence,
cult,
Arizona,
my little subcult. Where they come over and sit around with the leader guy of the cult.
Who are helping you clear up the wreckage of your past.
Sit out in front
actually, it was probably the best thing for me because there was somebody out there using my name on the streets, not doing...
and then they go to a meeting, and then after the meeting, they go to a coffee place and sit outside and sit around and smoke and be unhappy.
It was probably the best place for me to go for a couple months. And then I went to Sierra Tucson, and I didn't really get out into the rooms until I was almost 90 days.
Yeah.
Right. Did you have sex in the first 90 days, or did you obsess about sex on the 91st day?
Well, when I was in jail, I did not obsess about sex. No idea.
That's good. That's a good place not to.
None whatsoever.
Right. And that's probably why they let me out.
But I'm a bad guy if I take a Vicodin because I got a migraine or my hip hurts.
I said, okay, thank you.
Or I'm a bad guy if I take
but once I was in treatment, I mean, they had rules
from
9 and 10 right there.
Or I'm a bad guy because I took cough syrup that had
having sexual relations with any of the other clients.
And alcohol.
And no sexual relations
depends on who you talk
with yourself because it might block
and
something.
I guarantee in that little psychotic group of people you're talking about as well as mine, there are
you got to investigate a little bit.
A rehab romance?
Not around me, they wouldn't.
Yeah, so did I.
Nobody's a doctor.
I went to Los Encinas, for those wondering, and I'll drop names. Dr. Drew was my doctor.
Yeah.